Indeed, it is the world famous Jiggy Jag show. Why? I don't know what that even means.
No, it's like Nancy Kerrigan.
Why? No. That's what they're saying down there at our over there on 9th Street today.
I make you cry like Nancy Kerrigan. Yeah.
The most mediocre radio personality in the history of north central Kansas. Yes. The loose cannon, the master debater, the admiral of alliteration, the Rush Limbaugh of Internet Talk Radio. When they say Internet Radio, they really mean me. Jiggy Jag today on the Jiggy Jag Show. Still to come on the big show, we have Trampolina from the Kinsey 6.
We will call her.
We
on
also
Skype.
Have Stella, the midget porn star, calling us today.
We'll call her, too.
And, of course, we have tons of other things. We already talked to Sarah Cunningham. My thanks to her. My thanks to Zigzag, talking about the big Tornado Alley tour. And,
hello, what do you want? What's going on? Oh.
KJ Radio.
Yes, Tim Hill's Camp.
Tim Hill's Camp. How are you doing, Tim?
Good stuff.
Well.
Good to hear from you. Congratulations on the win there, Tim.
Hey, thank you.
Now, Tim, you put up a hell of a fight, my man. It got bloody out there pretty quick. You guys, man, you guys put up a heck of a fight, and you won this thing. And my congratulations to you, sir.
Well, we are excited.
This was a hell of a deal, man. You guys pulled this off, and Tim, today let's talk about what you've got, goals for the future for the rest of the campaign, and let's just get into it. Tim, what do you got coming up, my friend?
Well, we have another election to go, and dealing with someone from your area in the general election, and really a good setup, I guess, between folks with a clear difference between a former mayor of Salina and myself, and big supporter of Obama and his agenda, and myself, and so we're looking forward to fall election in about 70-some days, and then that's what the next fall will be about.
Now, you've got. I'm assuming you still have some money you'll be able to spend on campaign ads and things of that nature, right?
Well, we have a little bit left. I'm not sure how much, but we have a lot of work to do on fundraising as well as just the rest of the campaign. Well,
Tim, my congratulations, my friend Ross. You got anything for Tim? Because I'll tell you that the commercials you were putting out there for a while, they were fabulous. Whoever you had doing your video work, give them a raise.
Truth.
I hope they're not listening.
I would say, Tim, truth is truth, and you told the truth. I'm so glad that I hope you're a big free speech, First Amendment advocate, because that's what we are.
Yeah.
I understand
what I've done. I've been the biggest First Amendment advocate in the state Senate, and will be the same in Washington, and that's what our system's built on, and it's time to hold the folks accountable, whatever level of government, and that's what First Amendment was all about, political speech. That's the major part of it, and we start there, and then we move on to the rest.
Now,
we love it, Tim. We can't forget the Second Amendment, of course. People like to forget that one, and I love your stance there. I've read it. I've heard it. Go, baby, go. I don't really see that Alan's going to be much of a threat to you, but we're going to allow him and you to be on our sample text program in one of our alternate studios, hopefully, and hopefully you'll come up and you'll be a part of that.
Hopefully we can. If you can't make it to Salina, I'm hoping we can get you on Skype or something, Tim. Because I'll tell you, sample text. We're planning a pretty big one, pretty close to the election, and we've already got a commitment from Alan. We had him on right before the primary. Him and Sue Boldra had a pretty interesting discussion on the issues, and he is fired up and ready to go. And I'm hoping we can. I know your schedule is going to be damn busy, so I'm hoping we can make some time, get you on, and we'll get you a conservative counterpart, and then Alan will bring his liberal counterpart, which won't be much, and you guys will be able to duke it out. So hopefully we can make some time for you, Tim.
Yeah, I look forward to that. So thank you, gentlemen.
Now, Tim, before I let you go, brother, anything that we need to be aware of, websites or anything, any fundraising efforts you're involved in the next couple weeks that people need to be out there and be aware of?
Well, nothing specific yet. We're putting that schedule together and appreciate that. But yeah, check our website for updates at huelscamp.org. I mean, we do use a lot of new media. I will say during the campaign, the use of Twitter was the best part of our campaign as far as getting out our message in the new media. And we're going to use that and then use places like this to get out the message, because the job is not the campaign. That's what people forget. The real job is in Washington. And I'm really scared to death what's going to happen not only between now and November, but between November and January with what happens in the Pelosi Congress and the Obama administration, the things they're going to try to pass and that we're going to have to deal with in January. And so we'll be talking about those and talking about the election, and then looking forward to doing the job right in January.
Now, Tim, you've got a lot of good things coming up. One thing that I and I didn't get a chance to attend the breakfast you guys had here in Salina, but how has everything been since you've won the nomination? Have these guys and girls just kind of fallen in line and been like, okay, you're the guy, and they've thrown support behind you? Or have you had any problems out of anybody?
We have not had any problems. We all agreed early on we'd work together because we know what the real battle was. And so now all of our primary opponents, Jim Barnett, Tracy Mann, Sue Boulder, Rob Watzinger, and even Mark Cobb, they're all on board trying to beat Alan Joka and trying to beat this Obama administration. And so we're excited about that. And I know there's some other places around the state. They haven't pulled together after the primary, but we've done that, and I think it'll be a good sign for the future.
Good stuff, Tim. You got anything else for us before we let him go?
I don't know. Maybe it's... do you predict a 94 style revolution this November? Will it be that big of a turnaround? I mean, I'm sure Republicans will gain seats, but will it be that great? Do you think, Tim, as in 94?
Yeah, that's anybody's guess. I mean, my guess is I think it's going to be a very solid year in Kansas. I hear similar things in other states, and folks are just upset with what's going on in Washington. But it just depends on how they go, and it depends what comes out of this administration, what they try to do in September and October to head off what is certain electoral defeats for many folks. But it's a long ways from the end. But the election were today, it would be a 94 route, I think. But it depends what this Congress tries to push through in the final days of this session of Congress.
Yes, it will be interesting to see, and we'll certainly be there and reporting it all. Well,
yes,
Jiggy?
Yes, indeed. And Tim, the one thing I like about you, my friend, is you're a big gun guy. I thank you for being that.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's just another way about it, and that's critical. Obviously, the Second Amendment is critical to the First Amendment, but it's critical. But one thing I will stress as well, we don't want to forget that in November there will be the chance to make absolutely certain in the state constitution that we have an individual right to own and bear arms for self-defense and any other purpose, and that is will be on the ballot. Question number 1, want to make sure folks know about that. I was active in getting that passed through the legislature, so yeah, we're going to do our part in electing the right candidates, hopefully. In addition, we're going to do our part to make certain we pass question 1 on the ballot.
That's right, Tim. It only took us, 20, 30 years to get concealed and carry in Kansas. It's maybe time we had a little more reasonable attitude about guns.
Yep, absolutely, and hopefully that'll come up in the governor's race, because I think we have a big difference at that level. But no, we've had a series of 3 governors now over 16 years that have been very opposed to our Second Amendment rights, and I'm excited for some changes there as well.
Now, Tim, but a couple different things before I let you go. I appreciate you making time for us on a Sunday, man, because this has been fun. I've always been a big supporter of you. Tell me about this big thing that you got. You've got the Kansas Farm Bureau backing you now.
Yeah, we're excited about that. I mean, they are the largest grassroots organization in agriculture, if not outside of agriculture across the state, and obviously members in every county, thousands and thousands of members, and fairly conservative organization. And we've worked together on a lot of issues over the years, particularly defending private property rights and fiscal responsibility and things such as that. You know, a few years ago we had that U.S. Supreme Court decision legalizing eminent domain for economic development purposes, essentially allowing someone to take another's property if they could find a city council or a state legislature to authorize that. I was active in getting that legislation passed to make sure that never happened again in Kansas. It took some work, but we worked together with Farm Bureau on that. We worked together with Farm Bureau on dealing with out-of-control environmental agencies, and so those kind of things are excited to have their help in this election, and looking forward to the future in Congress.
So is that the law of Kansas now then, Tim? They just can't call eminent domain. It has to be something like more for a school or a road or something like eminent domain was intended?
Absolutely, that is the law in Kansas, eminent domain for public purposes, and what has occurred in Kansas and did occur in many other states and still is going on in some states is that they're taking again one person's property and giving it to someone else because we find get a city or a county or a state that thinks that that second guy could do a better job with the property, and that of course is a direct attack on private property rights. So yeah, that is the law in Kansas, and there have been abuses of that prior to the law passage, and that is the law today in Kansas.
Well, that's good. The forces of the Sierra Club type people will not prevail in Kansas.
Well, before I let you go, Tim, I also want to. I know this week your campaign opponent tried to, do some nasty tactics, and I really do agree with your statement that you made to the media about the fact that Mr. Joke is just trying to stir some stuff up, and you're just going to keep things moving, and you're not going to let anything impact you. So I appreciate that. Thanks for doing that.
Absolutely, and we're going to run, gentlemen. I appreciate it. And
definitely, I know you're having a busy day, so I appreciate you making some time for us. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Hey, thank you.
Definitely.
Bye.
Tim Huelskamp on the world famous Jiggy Jag show.
One heck of a good guy.
One heck of a good guy. Appreciate.
I've learned to like this guy. I always liked this guy.
Yeah.
And I like him even more.
Tim's a hell of a guy. We're going to take going into hour number 2. Let's do that. And
we're going to call you. There, Spencer.
Yes, indeed.
Now broadcasting high atop the penthouse.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got?
They all know where he lives, and now you do as well. Mr. Jiggy Jaguar. Coming to you from JiggyJaguar.com.
Blueberry muffins.
The men.
What are you, insane?
The myth.
Hey, where are the white women at?
The legend.
I told you never trust a monkey!
Jiggy Jaguar.
A drizzly day at the pond, but a chance to see a real star of the program in action.
The #1 talk show host on the net, and the ratings prove it. From Asia to Canada.
Do you want to know the difference between our show and that other show? We're not douchebags.
At 1-866-763-1242.
I got jiggy with it!
On the Jiggy Jaguar radio show.
As far as I'm concerned, I think you ought to put your face in dough and make jackass cookies.
Ladies and gentlemen, he may dress a little funny, and his hairstyle may be 10 years old, but my God, what a voice. Introducing your host for this evening.
So, doing the damn thing on JiggyJaguar.com, and wow, oh wow, oh wow, we have had quite a interesting broadcast today. We had a conservative 1st District candidate just call us by the name of Tim Huelskamp. He is running for 1st District, as I mentioned. We had Zigzag from the NB Raidas, a Latin hip-hop artist. We had Sarah Cunningham, who led the relief effort at Ground Zero. later today we have a midget porn star. And on the Skype...
Right now, on Skype,
we have Spencer Brown, a.k.a. Trampolina from the Kinsey Six. Also, Daisy Bouquet, I think. Is that how you pronounce the last name?
Yeah, it's Bouquet.
Thank you, Daisy. And, we are going to get it going today. We're going to be talking about this very, very, very big show coming up. The Kinsey Six are going to be impacting the great salt city of not coming to Hutch or coming to Salina. I've been hanging out in Hutch too much.
way too much.
August 28th, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Stiefel Theater, 151 South Santa Fe, here in Salina. The sensation that happened at last year's Smoky Hill River Festival. They were protested by millions, and they are coming back.
6? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Spencer, I gotta say, you don't look like your picture.
Which picture would you be looking at?
The one with the go-go boots.
Oh, that's my sister Trampolina.
Oh yeah, I keep getting that wrong, don't I? Okay.
That's your now tell me about this big show. Each hit an eye. What the hell?
Go ahead, say it again. Say it again on the air.
Each hit an eye.
You eat shit and die. It's a great
my God.
raunchy show.
Now, of course, everybody remembers the Kinseys from their Smoky Hill River Festival appearance, where they were shuttled around by security and all sorts of other things. Man,
we had such a good time last year. We had a great time.
What was that like, having your own personal security and things of that nature?
Well, he was more than security. He was also a great fluffer.
Say that again, that word?
Yes! Yes!
Do we have to look that up?
No.
Okay.
No, I know what a fluffer is.
Ask the midget porn star when she's on later.
Thank you, Spencer.
I'm sure she knows. She's at that level.
She's oh my God. Does it ever stop? Do you ever have a normal moment where you're not just throwing out double entendres and things?
No.
No.
Really, I don't.
So even when you're in the thralls of whatever you do sexually, you're still joking and having a good time.
Yeah.
I just made the drag queen blush. Yes. Oh, but
yeah. I try to avoid double entendres in the bed.
Okay. Thank you.
I only do single. I don't do doubles no more.
Oh, okay.
He must be like me on the hand. No.
It just never ends with this. I love this. The Stiefel Theater, by the way, the beautiful downtown Stiefel Theater at 151 South Santa Fe, will be where the Kinsey Six will be performing Saturday, August 28th, 8 p.m. Get your tickets at stiefeltheater.org.
Tickets, last we knew of, are limited, but you better get down there. Well, no, it's like limited seat. You know, they have 3 different like tickets you can get in the balcony or.
They've sold a lot of tickets.
So if you want the good ones, go to the box office, buy your tickets now.
Yeah, the balcony's almost full. We need people in the first 2 rows.
I know, and you can get in there for as little as $15. That's for the nosebleed section. But if you really want to see them, and you want to see if they can tuck it in.
Our show is unplugged and untucked.
It's kind of like our show. We're uncensored.
That's right. We are uncensored.
This is last year when we did the festival, of course, they wanted a family-friendly show, so we willingly obliged. So then when the Stiefel wanted us back, they said, hey, we want the filthy, raunchy stuff, and so we're giving them all we got. There's a lot in this show. Well, I don't want to give it all away, of course.
No, I can't, but it must be a surprise. But thank you, Jane Case, for giving us the full impact.
Thank everybody that bought a good ticket.
these guys and girls and everybody, I don't know what you'd say. They're drag queens, and we love them.
They're drag queens.
Phenomenal performance record. You guys have had off-Broadway shows. You've got an extended run in Vegas, 2 feature films, 6 CDs, appearances throughout the U.S., Canada, Mexico, Europe. I bet they love you in Mexico.
Australia, too.
Oh, you've been to Australia.
We did Mardi Gras this year. That was crazy.
You've
we saw George Michael sing one of his only hits.
He still performs.
Well, he tried.
Not with Elton John anymore, huh?
No.
Okay.
No, that's Billy Joel.
Oh, that was Billy Joel, right?
Yes.
That's right.
It wasn't Billy Elliot.
Billy Elliot. Now, you have just an amazing performance background. You do the Daisy.
That is so sweet of you to make that up for the listeners.
Thank you. I do what I can, dear. Daisy Bouquet shows in Kansas City. You have your Spencer Brown Facebook page with your Back to the Future glasses, pointing to a mattresses for heavy people sign.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me in. I was underweight.
You were underweight. Yes.
Underweight.
I felt like that was the biggest compliment I've ever gotten.
Well, there you go.
So I have a question.
Keeping that girlish figure.
I have a question, and it kind of goes. I've seen the girls of Boylesque, one of the top groups that've had a long gig in Vegas. I'm not sure if they're still gigging there, but they do the divas like Barbara Streisand, and I think there's an Aretha Franklin or Ella Fitzgerald, or just a whole variety of them, and they're just absolute lookalikes. I was wondering if you're ever up in your regalia, have you ever been able to truly, just on the street fool somebody of your true gender?
I don't.
Have you tried?
I don't usually just walk around on the street like that.
Why not? That would be fun. We need to do an interview that way with them.
Oh, it would be. It would be fun. No, I don't.
We'll try it this
I
Saturday.
mean, I've gotten mistaken a couple times, but I think it's. I don't know how people could mistake it, because I think I am obviously a man, but I guess other people might think otherwise. I don't know.
Well, we're very glad that you're secure in your sexuality.
Now,
and genderism.
What does your counterpart in the relationship world think of Daisy Bouquet and Trampolina from the Kinsey Six?
My counterpart?
Your counterpart. I'm trying to be as politically correct as possible.
Like a boyfriend? Or,
there you go, that's it.
Or whatever.
Boyfriend, girlfriend, doesn't matter.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It could be a lesbian in a suit. I don't care.
I think everyone out there listening and watching, both of you should know that I'm single.
And looking, then available.
You're available. Well,
this
I know.
Is why he's Skyping.
I look high and I look real low.
Well, I do know.
Don't look high.
I do know.
My hangover. I'm on my mimosa.
What's in that orange juice? What's in that orange juice?
What's in the orange juice? I know that last year when you guys were in the great city of Salina, you guys performed right before a R&B group on stage 2, and their drummer got off stage, and right before you got in the middle of your performance, I went over there and was talking to them, and they said, well, I gave the one in the blue your number. And then I got Spencer followed me on Twitter, so I thought, oh crap, they really did give the one in the blue my number. But I
don't even know how to use Twitter. I have it, but I don't even know how to use it.
I have it too. I hate it. I don't.
I'm just now getting fascinated with this Facebook location thing. I'm like, I don't. Oh, good. All my friends have all checked in at home. I know they're at home. Great. I can rest at ease. I can sleep at night.
Isn't that great? Just knowing everybody's just irrelevant, voyeuristic.
But when they check in at a gas station, who takes the time while they're pumping their gas to go, people should really know that I'm buying my gas at Amoco right now and not...
You should not use your cell phone while pumping gas. It can cause an explosion. Did you know that?
I've heard. And I've tried it many times, and I've yet to singe off my eyebrows.
You've tried it many a time.
Just wanting it to happen.
Now, you have been performing with the Kinsey Six for a heck of a long time. What has been the oddest thing that has happened to you guys when you've been on the road or wherever?
Oddest thing. Well, the fact that we're able to tour 4 drag queens on the road, I think, is probably one of the oddest things.
Okay.
And be semi-successful at it. I don't know. We've had some interesting gigs. We've been to some interesting places.
New Orleans, because you got a lot of New Orleans, because you'd have a lot of competition down there.
We haven't. We're going to be in Huntsville, Alabama, in October, and that might be a little terrifying. I don't know. I rarely ever go south of the Mason-Dixon line, so I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. But we had a gig out in Idaho Falls last year.
Okay.
And there was a lot of controversy around that because it's very, very religious town. And our show was called Wake the Up America. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here.
Say whatever you want.
We're uncensored here. We do not censor people's speech.
So we're doing our show Wake the Fuck Up America. The title song is called Wake the Fuck Up America. And we have another song that's in it that's called, it's a parody of the oldie song Sweet Talking Guy. You know, he's a sweet talking guy.
Yes.
Although it's called Sheep Fucking Guy. And in the contract, what they sent was that they didn't want the F word used in the show.
Yeah.
So here we are in the show, Wake the Fuck Up America, and we have to say, we ended up changing the words to Wake the Heck Up America, and we changed the song to Sheep Humping Guy. And
Sheep Humping Guy.
And at the very beginning, when we started Sheep Humping Guy, one of the Kinseys accidentally forgot that we weren't supposed to say the F word, and just, because we've been singing it that way for years, just accidentally slips out Sheep Fucking Guy. And we all die laughing. The audience goes into a riot of hysterics. They were laughing their asses off because they knew that we were trying to not say the F word. And so Rachel then chimes in going, "Oh, fuck, I said fuck. Oh, fuck.
It's like us."
Literally, makes up for the fact that we didn't say the F word through the whole show. That was a good time. And I had this very old gentleman come up to me after the show. He was probably in his 70s. He came up to me, and he puts his hand out to shake my hand. And he goes, "I just want you to know that next time, raise the ticket price." And I was like, I thought he was going to go, "I just want you to know, you're all going to die tonight." I don't, that's what he's going to do. But it was very sweet, and it was a great time.
Now, I have
terribly odd gigs, but
cool gig.
I did
go ahead.
I did a Google search on Spencer Brown, Kansas City, and it pulled up a Spencer J. Brown, who's a lawyer in Kansas City. Is that you, or do you know them?
It's not me. God forbid I should be a lawyer.
You look like you could be a lawyer.
Oh, do I?
I imagine you could play a lot of roles.
Oh yeah,
that's
I'm
cool.
into role playing.
That is cool. I'm going to get Jiggy out of the shot.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Can I give you
a
little bit? We're in the middle of
So that's a real feather boa, right?
Yeah. As opposed to the fake feather boas that we all have.
So real birds had to die for that.
What are you doing?
They don't have to die. They're just flying around naked. That's what they're
flying around naked.
They're all right. Okay, I've got one question for you, and we usually save this for our big oily bohunk heavy metal bands.
Sorry, the only thing I just heard was oily and hunk.
Oh, we saved this question for basically our big oily bohunk, heavy metal bands.
Hey, brother, what's going on?
And basically, you're an all-boy band or an all-male band, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, here's the question. It basically comes from our drunk friend Bruce. Why are there no girls in the band?
Why are there no girls in the band?
Yeah, why are there no girls in the band? This is a stump question.
It is, because I'm like, wait a second.
We are the girls.
Girls in the band.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
She's doing jazz hands. That's fabulous.
Marty's going to love it. Come down, Marnie, when we do our interview of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on down, Marnie, our friend from Access TV. Come on down and say hi to the Kinseys when we do our interview at the Steeple. Now, Spencer, you guys are going to be in town, 151 South Santa Fe, which is the Steeple Theater, August 28th. So what? Do they just swing through and pick you up on the way down here, or do you have to?
I'm driving myself down there. I'm coming with a friend who will drive back, because then we got to fly to Seattle the next day real early, so I won't be up partying all night in Salina.
Now, I understand that they are members of the Kinsey Six. I'm not sure. I'm sure Spencer met them when they were here for the River Festival. But what was his name? He was the head of Access at one time.
Oh, yes, Mike Henry. I think he's in Kansas City. You know him?
The name is very familiar. I think I do.
He was our flaming homosexual executive director at the time. I had no problem with that. He always thought
how his resume reads.
He always thought I had a problem with it, but I never had a problem with it. So it's a weird misunderstanding between, I don't know, me and the forces of Access and evil and
evil. Do you guys have a lot of problems when you go across the country, or do people just go, "Oh, you're drag queens, it's funny, let's go for it"?
No, we usually people see the poster before they buy the ticket and walk in. They kind of know what they're in for. It's kind of like going to see Piranha 3D. You know that you're going to see a horror movie about killer fish, and you should have no expectations when you go in, and you come out and you had a really good time.
So you are you accurately promote yourselves. You're not tricking anybody.
Right.
Good.
Now, can Spencer see me on camera?
If I put you up there, but I took you down because
I want to have Ann come out here and get in front of the camera, and I want to see if Spencer would be able to pull that look off. Ann, come here.
Well, okay. If you're watching us on live stream,
let me pull it up. Okay. I was, but then I saw the delay and it was completely throwing me off.
It would be a bad delay, and you need to kill the audio on it. So Ann of Green Hay Bales needs to stand right there.
We're gonna see if you can.
This is actually a man. No, it's
not. This is our little buddy Ann Sheaver, or as I call her, Ann of Green Hay Bales. And she is the editor of afreshentertainmentmagazine.com, and she always is dolled up everywhere she goes. And I was just wondering, would you be able to pull that dress off?
Not literally.
Spencer,
I see it now. I'm seeing it now. Okay.
Would you able to?
And we'll get you a full view of it. There we go.
I don't have the cleavage for that.
We've had comments and interviews about her cleavage from chat.
Those are some ugly bazooms you have, madame.
Okay. Okay, Ann, you can go back to your work. I just wanted to see if Spencer could pull that look off.
Daisy could. I couldn't.
Daisy could, but you couldn't. Now, what is the difference between Trampolina of the Kinsey Six and Daisy Bouquet? I'm sure you've been asked this a million times by a lot of...
I have, and I have the perfect answer. No, I don't have the perfect answer.
Oh, okay.
Trampolina is very simple. She is essentially like Rose Nyland from the Golden Girls. She's not all there. She takes everything for granted, every word, and she's like a kid. She's really like a kid. Daisy is a lot like, ooh, an ad just came on. Ooh, make it go away.
There's a sale at Penny's.
There's a sale at Penny's.
Well, hell, I'll be right back. Daisy is much more knowing than Trampolina. Daisy pretends to be naive, but she really isn't. She knows what's up and what's going on, and she kind of knows how to get her way when she wants it. So that's Daisy's definitely more of a seductress, a temptress, and she has a biting side. She has a little bit of were you just biting?
I am visually interpreting your
and a lot of people get really confused because they don't think that Daisy and I can exist in the same world together. They think they've never seen us in the same room until today.
Say,
oh my God!
See, Daisy's here. Hi guys, I'm having such a great time on Jiggy Jaguar.
So tell me, now you get into the wigs and the makeup, and you have all these great costumes and so forth. How far do you go? I mean, does it help if you do the undergarments also? I know you might have to do a bra.
I do some undergarment things because I'm not
makes you feel better.
I don't have a girlish figure, which is a good thing because I'm a guy. But I wear a little girdle and try to make myself have a little bit of a figure if I'm in something slinky. But rarely ever am I in something slinky because nobody wants to see that. Like this muumuu of sequins.
My God, yes.
Not form-fitting at all. You can put a little belt on it.
So, like, I asked the question of Boy Lesk when I saw them in Las Vegas a few years back, and I asked them, how the hell do you tuck it in? So I'm going to ask the same question of you and the Kinsey Six. Is there a secret? And they told me that was a trade secret.
Well, I think it's different for every type of drag performer because there's different types of drag. As a live singer, I would seriously be really uncomfortable if I had to
do Cher. Yeah, you would.
Yes, I wouldn't be going around in a G-string because that would just be the most painful thing. And there are those that do
Boy Lesk does that.
Different techniques, but I know some people. The old method, of course, is like using a dance belt, which is like for dancers, it's kind of like a thong. And then they just sort of like duct tape around that and just pull it up in the back higher.
That's how they do it. Good. We finally got it.
That's
we needed that information.
I don't do it that way.
Okay.
All right. We needed that information. I saw Daisy's interview on a local Kansas City station. I think it was for an AIDS walk or something.
Good Samaritan Project.
Yes. What did those news people think of Daisy? What were some of the looks you were getting?
Oh my God, they loved her. I've been in thinking, I can't believe Daisy's doing daytime television, daytime news. Where people actually watch and stuff, and I'm like, wow. And of course, I was modest to a degree, but they wanted me to sing. And after I was done, they were like, when can we have you back so you can sing? Daisy, rather. See, it's so hard for me to keep them straight. So they want her back to sing. But I don't know when that'll be, if ever.
If ever.
I know I know she won't be singing Cheap Fucking Guy. Or maybe she should. Who knows?
Just not at Council Bluffs or wherever you were. Idaho Springs, whatever.
Bob, come in and watch this. There's some drag queen on the TV singing about fucking cheap.
Well,
we would air that on our access station.
Yes,
but we've both
would.
been banned.
Yeah.
So permanently, so I don't know.
We got banned from our local access station for exercising freedom of speech.
That's
too bad. But we're going to get your interview, and we're going to splay it over all the World Wide Web, so you get the girls ready, because it's going to be totally uncensored, whichever way you want to go. And if you want to attack Jiggy and tie him up and do weird things to him,
I probably would like that.
In his access shirt, which we are showing right now, a supposed registered service mark. But it doesn't matter. We own it. We own the shirt.
Now, Spencer, tell me about your views on this this deal in California. This Prop 88 or whatever the hell it is.
Prop 8. It's just 1-8. I think it's going in the right direction. I don't know what's happening today. I haven't been watching the news over the last couple of days, but
for our viewers, listeners, and idiots like me, what is Proposition 8?
Oh, Prop 8. Back in 2008, during the elections, there was the in California.
Did you say erection?
Election, not erection.
Yes, you said during the erections. I'm like, yes!
2008 was the erection era. It was a very big year for all of us.
Do you have an erector set? Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
It was the proposition to ban gay marriage in California.
Ah, yes. Okay, I'm familiar with that now. Yes,
and so they passed that in 2008, and of course, a lot of it was to blame from organizations donating money to a lot of churches donating money to make sure that Prop 8 would pass.
And I guess the Mormon Church had a big thing to do with all of that.
The Mormon Church had a big thing to do with it. And now
the Mormons are responsible for the greatest massacre of westward travelers in this country's history, and they dressed up like Indians to do it, or Native Americans. Did you know that?
I learn something new every day.
It's true.
I learn something new every day.
It is truth. They massacred a whole wagon train for what? Trespassing. Okay, I guess they have their rights. All right, whatever. All right, back on to Joseph Smith and yes. All right. Next question, sir.
So it's headed in the right direction in your opinion.
I think so. Baby steps. That's all it is. I mean, hey, Iowa's got it together. Well, I can't believe that it's taking. Well, California is such a big state, and if gay marriage becomes legalized in California, I mean that's what the country's going to follow. The country will follow California. They're not going to follow Iowa.
Yeah.
It has a lot of pull, I think, with this country, and both coasts do actually, I think, but California, big portion of the West Coast.
We're looking forward to seeing you and the rest of the gals next.
It's so much fun. I hope there's a lot of people, and I hope they stick around after to tell us how good it was to our faces, and then they can blog about it later saying it was terrible.
Okay.
Now we're going to want to get you interviewed.
$15 to see this.
$15.
That is a bargain, because that is 4 drag queens.
No, that's just for the nosebleed area. There are better seats available, but they're getting limited.
Yeah.
So go down to the Stiefel, buy it. It will be a performance you will not forget. Can you guarantee us that?
I can guarantee you won't forget it. You will be scarred for life.
Well, I've appreciated speaking with you, my friend. Thanks for doing this on Skype.
You've made one of our initial Skype tests and interviews the best ever.
And due to the fact that Spencer is in Kansas City, we're on the same time zones. We might be able to do this more often.
We're on Elvis time. We're on Elvis
more
time.
than sitting in front of my computer all day long, doing nothing. Just, well, doing almost nothing.
Well, there is that. Give my best to Daisy, and we will see Trampolina and the rest of the Gal Pals at the Kinsey 6 Steeple Theater next Saturday, 8 p.m., and we will do our little TV interview with you before we let you gals go out there and do your thing. And I appreciate you making time for us today, brother.
No problem. Have a great day, everyone.
Take care. We will talk to you again. We'll see you.
Spencer Brown.
And we will very shortly
we
will be calling Stella Marie.
Yes, indeed. Stella, the midget porn star here in just
and I guess we got a break coming up.
We're going to take a quick little time out.
And we will get to the news. For all of you sitting down at Access,
for all of you sitting down
us.
there monitoring us, we will talk about all the fun stuff. It's going to be a fun afternoon. It's the world famous Jiggy Jag show. I've got Sims Carter calling me on the phone. He is I guess they've decided that today is the day to promote this Tornado Alley tour, and we're going to be talking about it. And keep it locked, keep it loaded here on the world famous Jiggy Jag show. When we get back, we've got more.
Jiggy Jaguar on the air from London to the Florida coast. You get the most when you podcast with Jiggy Jaguar from JiggyJaguar.com. Email kjagradio@kjagradio.com.
Coming soon from Jaff Records and Tapes, the smooth, sophisticated style of Joseph Allen Pierce. R&B, jazz, music lovers, get ready for the music.